If you know anything about me, you know I love dogs. If you didn't know anything about me, just know that I love dogs. So this is my review of Dog. We follow two former Army Rangers who are paired against their will on the road trip of a lifetime to get to a fellow soldier's funeral on time. One is a man, the other is a dog. But before I properly start with my review for this film, I want you to start the conversation in the comments below. Anything and everything, and if you like movies and TV, this is the place to be, so consider clicking that subscribe button so you don't miss any future conversation on your favorite movies and TV. To my surprise, as I didn't know this going into the film, this is actually Channing Tatum's directorial debut. Not only does he star in the film, he co-directs it with his friend Reid Carolin, who is also his directorial debut for a film. And like with any film that has a dog as one of the lead characters and one of the driving forces of the story, I was naturally going to be suckered into this film. I love dogs, I love animals, again, sometimes more than people. And so I'm always a sucker for this kind of movie where it's someone bonding with an animal. And we have seen kind of a few of these dog soldier movies where they examine the relationship of man and animal throughout. And I had a fun time with Dog, but there are glimpses throughout of the great movie it could have been. This is a very breezy road trip movie, except instead of being a group of friends or two friends, it's two friends, but one is a human and one is a dog. And there are quite a few scenes. I think Channing Tatum, just the bulk of the film is him acting against this dog, and it's really well done. I think he does a really good job. But the film, again, despite being fun, despite being breezy and light, it has these flashes of drama where you see the film kind of opening the doors for you to get a glimpse at the fact that this dog suffers from PTSD. Like many movies we have seen before, many war dramas that we have seen before of soldiers who suffer from PTSD, we get to finally get a glimpse of how these animals that go on war zones with these brave soldiers, they also get lasting repercussions of the job they do. But I wish the bulk of the film was that. I wish the film was about that and not just some quick scenes that they do some lip service about this. But the rest of the film is generally very light, very comedic, and the comedy works. It's just that while the film is fine, it's fun, I wish it could have been great. And they clearly get us some quick looks at how great the film could have been. Particularly in its third act, there are these more emotionally potent, emotionally heavy scenes where Channing Tatum's character finally starts to understand and wanting to understand this dog a little bit. But I wish the whole journey would have been arduous. It feels like they breeze over some of the more real complicated issues that emerge from these experiences that these animals go through. And despite the film mentioning it, despite the film acknowledging that it exists, it doesn't really dive deep into it. And so it doesn't dive deep into anything. And it ends up being this very light road trip film that has all the tropes and all the beats that you recognize. And while they're effective, they're not that impactful. They're not that punchy. You can see everything that comes in this film a mile away. And so by the time the film ends, there's this quick mention at something that, realistically speaking, it takes such a long time and it's such a arduous battle to fight. I wish the film could have been that. I wish the film could have been, the bulk of it could have been the growing relationship and how far this guy will go to save this dog from her fate. The dog, by the way, is so good in this film. Animals are naturally the best actors because to them it's never acting, they're just doing the stuff they're supposed to do. And so, again, the chemistry is actually really good between Lulu and Channing Tatum, but it never quite reaches very high highs. Dog is a charming little road trip film that will fill your heart with a smile as you witness the most audacious and most tender moments between a man and his dog. I wish it would have allowed itself to dive into the nitty-gritty of the actual drama that is unfolding underneath the surface, but for what it commits to doing, how it commits to doing it, it is effective even if not emotionally potent. I'm giving Dog a C+. But those are only my thoughts on Dog. I want you to start the conversation down there in the comments below. I'm the last person to have seen this film, so you've probably seen it. Let me know all your thoughts down there. And if you like what you saw here, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any future conversation on your favorite movies and TV. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back very soon in my review for No Exit. And tomorrow there will be another episode of This Week in Geek with me and Zach Pope. And on Monday, we gotta talk the Batman. I hope to see you in all of those. And so until the next one, love each other and love the movies.